Okay, now that we got that out of our system, I do want to shift a little bit to a little more serious of a tone here. I'm kind of interrupting my video at this point. I had actually filmed that stuff that you just saw like a couple of weeks ago, but then I went and traveled to see some of my family. I did it safely, quarantined, all that good stuff. And I didn't feel comfortable in posting this video before the election or immediately after because I just thought there were so many other things that we all need to be focusing on. And I'm also just the type of person who has a tendency to just sit with things for a while. I don't generally just like to hastily like respond to stuff. Now, of course, I did keep the front half of this video because I do think, you know, sometimes things get so absurd and so ridiculous with like just the hate, and sometimes I just have to have a laugh at it because it's so ridiculous. But obviously at the end of the day, I do think that that sample is just a temperature of the current climate that we are in. Okay, so I will address the apology and some of the questions, and I was back and forth quite a bit about if I was gonna ever say anything about this. Oh, hello. Did you come to give comforts? There you go. This is my moral support right now. Aww. Okay, as I was saying, probably the most common question that I have received is, do I accept the apology? And I'm talking about the apology that was on her Instagram stories. My short answer is, like, that will take time. It's making an apology does not rectify everything instantaneously. The reality is me just being like totally real with you guys. I feel like there was deflection. I feel like there was avoidance of things. From what I could understand from it, it seemed like she was apologizing for certain things in the past, but not the recent things. And so because of that, all I can say is change isn't demonstrated like instantly with, you know, like the notepad apology thing. Like, this is something that will just be, at least for me personally, would be something shown in behavior over time, because what I was discussing was ongoing behavior that lasted several years up until the point when I made the video. And I don't expect anything, honestly. That's not why I made my video. And the only thing that I expected when I made my video was that I expected me to share my story. So all I can hope is that there is learning being done. I'm not trying to hold anything over anyone's head or rehash stuff, because again, I'm just trying to explain that for me, this kind of thing takes time. Another thing people have asked me about is why I thought it was posted on Instagram stories. And like the answer is like, I don't know. All I can do is guess. If I were to guess, I would imagine possibly likely because people can't comment directly on it, therefore there can be no public feedback. People can't leave comments, therefore people can't interact with each other or see other responses the way people can on the video that I posted. It could be because she has less viewership there. Again, these are just guesses. It is something that can be easily deleted or removed. It is what it is. Yes, it was a little difficult to read. I had to screenshot everything and then so that I could then like zoom the text because it was like hard personally for me to read. Do I think that was some like malicious thing? Like, I just, you know, I'm not even spending the time reading that much into it and the format. And again, I wasn't expecting anything, period. So hey guys, sorry to interrupt, but I realized I forgot to say something in that she did send me a short text apology as well. But when I looked at it, I felt like the sentiment of the private message was different than what she said publicly, which just kind of confused me. So I just kind of left it alone, but I didn't want to forget to mention that. And just as far as where I'm at with everything and moving forward, I did, you know, I have noticed that she did not do the one simple thing that I did ask in my video. And so it's just kind of, it is what it is, and that's that. I know this is a lot. I know I shared some of the crazy, like, racist comments, but I do want to share a couple of comments that were posted on my video from D'Angelo Wallace. If you guys don't know who he is, he's another creator on the platform who I think is a tremendous talent, and I've been following him for a while, and he said some things that were very eloquently stated that underscored what I was doing and why I chose to share my story publicly. I think think there were some people who were still, for some reason, confused about that. Now, he posted these comments on my video. This is not me saying he's like endorsing me in some kind of way or anything like that. I just wanted to share some of his words. It's a very carefully explained and documented example of the exact kind of behavior that results in so many of the issues that we face on a daily basis. Some people have this mindset that Black people only succeed because of their race, but also that Black people are constantly victimizing themselves because of their race. And it's imperative that people realize that these attitudes are no less harmful than outright bigotry. People can discredit your success, minimize your struggles, and if you call them out, then you're the one making it about race. If you win, it's because you're Black. If you lose, it can't possibly be because you're Black. Which just so very concisely, probably better than I even said it myself, underscores a lot of what I was trying to share and what I think a lot of us experience. And he also said, addressing someone's comment where they said, would Swoop like it if her former friends came out and complained about her shortcomings? He replied by saying, you really need to understand that casual racism is not a shortcoming. Someone had said Swoop could have made her point about racism and homophobia without identifying the actual person. He said, yes, she could have, but there is literally no need to protect someone who's being racist and homophobic. We should be worried about protecting victims of racism and homophobia. And I just want to underscore that sentiment, not specifically talking about just my experience, but just in general, because I see so often this thing where people go to protect the harmful behavior, whether it's racism or bigotry or sexism, misogyny, defending without thought the harmful behavior. I see people brush the offense aside and therefore the victims along with it and shame them versus protecting and supporting the victims and those who have experienced it. I experienced quite a lot of that when I opened up about being sexually assaulted and being attacked by people without trying to sound like, you know, some preachy pedestal thing. Like I don't feel the need to protect harmful behavior. I'd rather stand up against it and support those who are working towards accountability and equality. And I'm sure I will make mistakes along the way, but I don't need to protect the behavior. I want to protect the people. Now,